All right, so we had the weigh-ins for Dave Allen, Johnny Fisher too. Now, I said it that I was looking forward to this fight. I spoke with Ade on Wednesday night. We did Ade and G-Man, and we spoke about this fight. And a big thing I was worried about, or I was thinking of going into this fight, was Dave Allen and his weight, his motivation. Look, we know throughout the course of Dave Allen's career, it's no secret he's had opportunities. It's one of the frustrating things about him because he's not a he's not a generational talent, certainly not. He's not a Moses Atauma. But could he win a British title, or at his peak, could he have won a British title? I believe he could have. Yeah, I think, yeah, probably could have. Probably could have. But he had opportunities to progress in his career, many, and he squandered them. He squandered them not just by losing fights, but by really not turning up in shape and doing the bare minimum. Well, it's like anything in life. You do the bare minimum, you're going to get the bare minimum back. No one ever got to the top of the mountain by sitting on their arse and having to come to them. As the saying goes, if you build it, they will come. You're the one who has to build it. So Dave Allen has always been that. And the first fight with Johnny Fisher, I questioned his heart going into that fight. I really did. I was wrong, and I thought he won the fight. Although it was a fight that he won 6 rounds to 4. Now, I thought he clearly won it. Although some people would say 6 rounds to 4 is close. Well, in theory, yes, it is close, but the rounds Dave Allen won, you couldn't make a case for a Fisher winning them, vice versa to Johnny Fisher's rounds. You know what I mean? So I felt that Dave Allen was unlucky. I thought that he could have came in better shape. I think he was in the 250s. But I thought this time around, if he comes in better shape and Johnny Fisher can't make the necessary adjustments and can't fight any better than he did, he may have a chance of winning. He's weighed in 265 at career heaviest. Yeah. Now, again, me and Ade were speaking on this, and he was saying that Dave Allen looks slimmer. There's always a little bit of a gut there, but it looks to be gone. Looks can be deceiving. They was definitely on display at the weigh-in. Dave Allen is not a big heavyweight. I want to point that out. He's 6'3", thereabouts. He's not a massive, in terms of size, he's not massive. And I've said this about Dave Allen many times throughout the course of his career. Whenever he's come in light, and by his standards, light is in the 230s. Now, he hasn't done that in years. But when he did do that, he looked alright. Aesthetically, he didn't look too bad. And he looked a bit meh in the ring, but I reckon that was because he was cutting from God only knows what weight, because he said himself he didn't live the life, certainly even in camp, but certainly outside of camp. So he was probably losing the weight too quick, was feeling drained, and then was ballooning back up to, you know what I mean, the old rinse and repeat. We see it so often with these fighters, especially at heavyweight. And I think now he's in that mindset of just bigger is better. It's not always the case. And I don't even know if he's thinking bigger is better, actually, to be honest with you. I'm wondering if he's thinking, I've got another 6 figures and I'm happy. And I hope that's not the case. Because at the end of the day, I think this fight has great potential. I think it has potential to be a bit of a classic like the first fight was. It is, again, over 10 rounds, but I think that it will pick up from round 11, if you know what I mean. I don't think this is going to be a feeling out fight. I think this is going to pick up from where round 10 left off last time round. And I want the best fight possible. And with Dave Allen weighing in at a career heaviest, I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get a Johnny Fisher who is going to have a slower, easier to hit target. Someone who, he may have a bit more weight behind his punches potentially, but he was able to hurt Johnny Fisher just fine at 250, whatever he was. So I do question the hunger, certainly in terms of boxing. I've always questioned that from Dave Allen, but more so now, the desire. And I questioned the desire going into the first fight, and I'm questioning it going into this fight now, because again, you're talking about a guy who not that long ago, 2 years ago, was quitting against Fraser Clark. Fraser Clark's a domestic level, fringe European level fighter. Johnny Fisher is not on the same trajectory as Fraser Clark. Not that he's going anywhere special, but he certainly has more power. He certainly is more aggressive than Fraser Clark. And we've seen Dave Allen in the past, a very good chin, tremendous chin, but he goes into that sparring partner mode. He just land a couple of shots on me, I'll try and throw one back and see what happens. I wonder, are we going to get that? And I wonder, is it going to be a case of, I'm here, how many rounds have we done? 6 rounds, I'm here, I'm gone, pay me, we're done. I hope that doesn't happen. But it is a worry when he's weighing in at what 265 or something like that, and Johnny Fisher's in the 240s, which is about roundabout right for him. Yeah, career heaviest for arguably one of, if not the biggest fights of your career. Not in terms of name value, of course not, but this could potentially propel you, should you win, to something beyond what maybe your talent warrants, or maybe you can actually finally fulfill that talent. I mean, he is only 33 years old. He's not old, in heavyweight sense and even in life sense. But I don't know. I don't like this weight for Dave Allen. I really don't. I think it's a mistake coming in this heavy, quite frankly. And yeah, that's my thoughts on this. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Do you think I'm reading too much into the weight? Do you think it's a perfect weight, or what? Has this changed your perception of this fight now? And are you thinking that actually, no, if I was leaning towards Dave Allen, now it's Johnny Fisher all the way? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, people, if you could, smash the like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Before I actually finish, to save, I'm not going to put it in a separate video. I'll put it in here. On screen, Allen versus Fisher on DAZN tomorrow. My link where you can go and watch that fight, obviously with DAZN subscription, of course, will be pinned in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you give that link a look and a click, all that good stuff. For now, people, I'll leave it there. Peace.